What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. There's a lot of stuff going around the National Football League, specifically for the Vikings. Veterans reporting today and tomorrow. First team practice on Wednesday, but around the NFL, there's a lot of ish going on, so we want to recap here on the Monday NFL News Dump. First up, Pro Football Talk reported that top running backs planned a Zoom call for Saturday night, including Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry, and some other luminaries, basically talking about what can be done about the running back pay disparity, as well as blah, 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 right? So a lot of key running backs were on that Zoom call. Dalvin wasn't on it because he was flying home from doing his football camp here in the Twin Cities. And this is from ML Football. Report, during the running back Zoom call, the star-studded group of running backs discussed the idea of exaggerating injuries when locked in a contract standoff with their teams, per PFT. The meeting was in conjunction with the NFLPA and was organized by Austin Eckler, who's been very vocal about the pay for running backs, and attended by star backs McCaffrey, Najee, J.K., Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor-Thomas, Josh Jacobs, Saquon, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon, league sources tell blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, all the running backs were in there, and I don't know what the perfect solution is. I think what's likely going to happen is rookie running back contracts will be 2 years or shortened significantly, because that's the problem with the running backs, where their prime years are tied to their rookie deals where they don't make a lot, especially if they're late round or undrafted running backs. And by the time they're ready to get paid, I mean, their prime is already passed, and this isn't baseball. They pay you for what you're going to do in the NFL versus what you've done. So I think that is a compromise, but then all of a sudden you're going to have everyone identify as running backs. It's like that 6'4" little leaguer. I am 12, that old deal. But I think something will get done, and they'll just go from there. But also, the off-ball linebackers need to have themselves a Zoom call as well, because they're also underpaid. Also guards too. Then, speaking of running backs, Josh Jacobs, Tom Pelissero, Josh Jacobs, who hasn't signed his franchise tender, was spotted this morning boarding a flight leaving Las Vegas. Jacobs won't report for training camp Tuesday and has told people close to him that he doesn't plan to return anytime soon. Now, the Raiders do have training camp at their facility in South Las Vegas. It's near Henderson, whatever. But Josh Jacobs, last year's rushing champ, franchise tagged, and they couldn't work out a long-term deal before the deadline, so now they're at a standoff. Now, I don't think that Jacobs would sit out a full year, toll his contract, and then just do this entire thing next year when he's a year older. That obviously didn't work for Le'Veon Bell. Maybe he'll work out a trade to a team that will pay him, but I don't know how that works. Could they rescind the franchise tag and then extend it with the new team? I don't know. Who really knows at this stage? But either way, a standoff there in the desert. And also, hey, they got Jimmy Garoppolo. Ooh. Also, if you're Devontae Adams, could be like, man, what a mess. That's rough, man. Speaking of running backs, unfortunate news. Tom Pelissero reported that Nyheim Hines suffered a significant knee injury off-site, expected to miss the entire 2023 season. And the explanation is, while sitting stationary on a jet ski, Nyheim Hines was struck by another rider and sustained serious but not non-life-threatening injuries. Hines will require surgery, and he'll miss the 2023 season. And you just think, too, so a knee injury by getting hit by a jet ski, that's got to be pretty gnarly. That's got to be pretty rough. So, prayers up. Good vibes to Nyheim Hines. And also, someone pointed out that, actually, I think Armando Salguero pointed out that with Nyheim Hines out, maybe that facilitates a need for Dalvin Cook in Buffalo, even though Hines more of a third down back and a special teamer. Obviously that doesn't really cross over with Dalvin's skill set, but it'll be funny. Dalvin James Cook with his brother James Dalvin Cook in Buffalo, and the entire AFC East is in on Dalvin, man. Then Pelissero, big Pelissero day. A source, so Tim Twentyman, beat writer for the Lions, veteran Lions DB Chauncey Gardner-Johnson just went down with a right leg injury Monday and was carted off the field. He was visibly upset, and team captains Bugs and Goff made it a point to go comfort him, hoping for better news than it looked. Pelissero, a source, described it as a non-contact knee injury for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, one of the big free agent additions for Detroit, and that's rough. The non-contact, when the knee just goes, it's usually bad news, man. But Again, prayers up for Gardner-Johnson. Obviously it's a division rival, but you never wish injury on anyone, man. And Gardner-Johnson, he's proven that he's a stud. He was a big-time addition for the Lions. Secondary was tied for the league lead in interceptions last year with 6, so that's rough. But again, prayers up and good vibes towards Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And speaking of getting paid, Chiefs All-Pro defensive tackle wants $30 million per year on his next contract by Nate Taylor. So, Chris Jones is holding out of Chiefs camp, and he's racking up $50K in fines every single day. Those fines are non-waivable. So he's certainly putting his money where his mouth is, and maybe he'll get paid. He is one of the higher paid defensive tackles in the game right now, but he single-handedly transforms that Chiefs defensive line. He is a man among boys out there, and you absolutely love to see him. For my money, I think that he is the best defensive interior in the league right now. I think that he is right now, even though they're different stylistically, I think that he is better than Aaron Donald, as well as like Jeffrey Simmons thrown in that mix as well. But, I mean, Jones, the problem is Jones 29, and are you going to pay him $30 million per year as he get into his 30s? Then it gets pretty dicey. Who really knows? But that's a contract standoff to keep an eye on. And then uniforms, man. So it's the golden age of throwback uniforms. A lot of teams are going to their throwbacks, and the Jets, no different. So they're going with the New York Sack Exchange, the old 80s uniforms. They're going to wear them for weeks 1 and 4. That's super clean and super mean, man. I absolutely love it. And also, so people are going to complain, oh, why are you pixelating Aaron Rodgers' face off? Why are you being so petty? Well, if that's being petty, I'm Tom Petty, and I won't back down. But these look good. These look good, man. And then lastly, Tennessee Oilers. No. So again, Houston should have the Houston Oilers lore and history, but whatever. They traveled with the Titans, sure. But these look amazing. Like, Derrick Henry is going to run for 500 yards a game in these uniforms. The whole Love You Blue, the Warren Moon uniforms, the Earl Campbell unis from back in the day. The Bum Phillips, come on, man. Grandfather of our Vikings OC, Wes Phillips. Father of Wade Phillips, grandfather of Wes Phillips. Nailed it. But these look amazing. These look really, really good, man. And again, a lot of the throwback love is nostalgia. And also that's why the Colts uniforms suck, because people hate new things. But I mean, these are really, really good. Really, really fantastic, man. But that's it. That's Monday NFL News Dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Once worth of work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.